guys, and welcome to SkyFactory 3 episode 12. Today we're going to look into some auto crafting with a refined storage system, and we're going to do a bit of automated farming. Let's jump into it. So I've made a few changes, as you can see. I've made that look pretty. The lava ones don't really do too much, but it sort of does a nice little pattern. I've also made this. Now, I was kind of getting bored of our little platform with just stuff set on it, so I made this. I'm no designer, as you know, because that's crap. But this, I like this. I like the black and white, or grey and white, with the sea lanterns. It's good. There isn't much on the ground floor. But we've started using some of the drawers to store our stuff that we don't really need like a large amount of. So that's all running as a external storage. So basically anything that comes in won't go to our drives, it will go straight into this, and then refined storage system will read it as part of the refined storage. So yeah, it's nice and easy. It's fairly easy to set up. You make sure you got the controller, and yeah, away you go. It's you just add the boxes, you lock them, you add whatever upgrades you want. A lot of stuff where I want lots of items, for example dirt or whatever, I've put storage upgrades on them. That may seem a bit silly, 30,000 bits of chicken poop, but yeah. So we're storing a lot of our stuff there, so it's not taking up a lot of refined storage system space, which is nice. We've got the crafting grids in what I'm calling the elevator. Oh, down here. So this goes down to our. I haven't actually made this look pretty yet, but this goes down to our mob spawner. We've got everything automatically importing into the refined storage system, which is nice. Still collecting XP. Not deleting everything, so we're collecting everything now. We will be needing some of the loot bags and stuff that they drop for us. If we go up a floor, this is more storage here. This is our drives. Nothing special about those. You've seen those before. And then we've got more of these quantum storage units now. We're getting a lot of nether quartz, so storing that in there along with dust, sand, gravel, and obviously cobble. 34 million bits of cobble's not bad, not bad. These link to all the external inputs for our refined storage system around the map, which is nice. I've massively upgraded our power storage. So this holds what? Is it 350 million RF? And it's got a nice little thing that you can configure. You just shift right click on it and you can change stuff, which is kind of nice. So you can see how much is coming in, how much is being used. Obviously that's going to be identical because it's full and we're not using any more than we're producing, which is nice. I also put a status indicator there to see exactly how full it is as well, which is cool. Power generation hasn't really changed too much. I've still got a lava going. I'm still going into the quantum tank, 107 million millibuckets of lava. We are now running on blocks of uranium. Now, reason being is if you look at the top, it says rate 20 times. So this produces lava very, very quickly. This is, I think, one of the fastest ways to produce it off of these at the minute, which is kind of cool. So we're producing a lot of lava. Right, let's go upstairs. So in here we have all of our sieving that's going on, all configured, all nicely. There's a lot of wires going around the set. I don't like it. This will change at some point to make it better. We've got obviously our cobble generators up there. That are pumping into that. We're dragging it into the refined storage system. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same as what it was, just overcomplicated and more of it, which is kind of cool. I like it. If we go up, so this is the roof. I haven't decided what I'm doing here yet. This might be for a project that we will be working on later on, when we hit Draconic Evolution. So potentially this is going to be our Draconic area, where we have all kinds of stuff going on and what have you. Haven't quite decided on that yet. But yeah, that is our work area. Now, obviously, there's a lot of free space at the front of each of these. I don't know what to do with it yet. I'm sure further down the line we'll figure something out. These don't generate much grid power at all. They're kind of pointless. They only generate, I think, a maximum of 4 per block. But I wanted this to be kind of symmetrical, so yeah. And this, I just thought it looked cool like this. They all lead to the same nether portal in the nether. So, kind of cool. Chickens haven't changed. I think the only change I've made is kind of prismarine and stuff like that, because I really needed it in sand. Chickens, because yeah, with the sieving and stuff like that, we were using more than what we had. So rather than add more sieves, I added more chickens. Sorry, more hammers even. Rather than adding more hammers, I added more chickens. So that's kind of what I did. Haven't expanded the chickens any further yet, so the rest of this place is becoming redundant. Yeah. So, oh well. But today, I want to focus on setting up some automation tasks within Refined Storage. Now, we've got this lovely little area here, which we will be using to do a lot of automation and what have you. I've crafted some things, like we've got the solderers and stuff that we're going to use to automate a lot of the Refined Storage stuff if we need it. I want to break it down into individual items, that way we're not clogging up entire systems and stuff like that with certain things, because if we run all this on one solderer, then it could take hours to just do a single 64K storage disk, and generally when you need it now. So yeah, that's the reasoning behind that. I also want to set up some alloy smelters. Oh no, we want it in this one. Alloy smelters there. Because as we move forward in tech, we will be bringing in more ores and stuff like that we will need to smelt down, and what have you. And again, I want that all automated. One type of ore per alloy smelter. Same with the sag mill. Now, these are just generic numbers. I don't know how many of these I'm going to use yet, but Refined Storage. So we want these, quite a few of these. Yeah, quite a few of these. So we're going to need a lot of that. So first things first, we want to start automating this kind of stuff. So that's nice. We don't have all the bits, so we'll go through a lot of the bits as well together. So how many of these can I actually create? 2. Nice. Okay. We are also, so that's the crafter. So that's essentially what you tell to make the item or whatever that you want, and then that will either tell an external block, for example, a sag mill or whatnot, say I want this crushed, and then it will deliver that item to the sag mill. The sag mill will process it, and then we'll get it imported back into the system. Nice and easy. We are also going to want the pattern processing encoder. What are we missing from that one? They go only used for creating processing patterns for regular crafting pattern creation. Use the pattern grid. Right, so this is where we create the pattern for external items. Stuff that doesn't require like a crafting grid, we have to use that to create the pattern to be able to process our stuff. Now I'll go into a little bit more depth with that in a bit as we start doing that kind of stuff. We need some patterns created. And we're going to need quite a few of those, I'd imagine, so let's create them. We only need one of those. Now, something that we do need, pattern grid. Do we have enough resources for that? I'm hoping so. There's that one. Pattern grid. Nice. So that way we can then, although we can sort of, what is it, filter. There we go. We can say, look, we just want to show our craftable stuff in here. I don't want that. I want a dedicated area where we can do that. We also want a crafting monitor as well, so we can see exactly what is going on. And that's it for the minute, I think. So let me set this up and I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, so now it's all set up. I've added quite a few things, automated some stuff. It's all good. So let's go through this. So these are just normal solderers. They've got all the speed upgrades and what have you. These are the importers. So once whatever's done in here, it then automatically gets imported back into the refined storage system. So as I said, I want to segregate all of our individual refined storage things because they just take forever in this. So we want to keep that completely separate. So for this one is the basic processor. This one is the improved processor, the advanced processor, and speed upgrades. Now, I've also added these on top, these detectors. So basically when, say for example, we get below 127 of the basic processors, it will automatically craft more to get us up to that number, basically. So we're never ever low on resources. And I've done that for the others as well. I've also done 29 for the speed upgrade. Now the reason why it's not a round number like 128 or 30 is because if it's below that number, it will then do one more. So it just makes sense in my head. So for example, this one it will look for 29. If we don't have 29, it will then do one more than 29, so 30. So a nice round number. So if we look in here, oh, if I can spell, if we take one out, so we're now at 29. It should, no, it's not. There we go. So that will automatically craft one. So that will take us back up. Nice. That's completely automatic, so we don't need to worry about those kind of resources anymore if we're creating kind of stuff. Now, as you can see in this grid here, I have actually added quite a few items. Yeah, so if we take a look at this one here, this is our capacitors, right up to octadic capacitor. It's got the items that we need to craft in there as well. So it's got the glowstone, which obviously is glowstone dust, and then the golden nugget, what have you. This one is the storage, so right all the way up to 64k. So essentially we come over here, we want 64k storage. We've already got one there because I was testing that earlier. We say, look, we click on it, we want one, we click start. It shows us how many items it's going to use. We click start. And if we come over to the crafting monitor, we can actually watch the entire process ourselves. That may take a minute, and obviously if we need any extras or anything like that, it will automatically craft the items that we require. So this is obviously creating improved processors, basic processors, and what have you. So this will be done eventually. I may need to up the numbers on those just so we don't need to worry. So we can literally just click it and it's automatically done straight away. That's not too much of a hassle. We can do that. But yeah, essentially, that will. There we go. Is that done? Yeah. So I think that's actually done. So 64. We now have 64K storage. So if we want to upgrade our storage for refined storage, then we can. Nice, quick, and easy. So yeah, that was just creating extras because that's what we used. That's fine. Okay, that's great. So I did do that right. What else? So I've done the basic capacitor banks. Well, these ones. I've added a few more as well. So this is a bit bigger now. So this now holds 575 million RF. What else? So I've also okay, so over here, these obviously the alloy smelters, they've got all their upgrades and what have you, and all the power running underneath, not a problem. So at the top, if we need any of these items here, these will automatically craft them, not a problem. I should probably put the detectors on here as well, so we have a set amount of those in case we require them. So obviously that's the improved processor, the advanced processor, and the printed silicon. And this one we've got glass, stone, flux, and flux blocks. This will actually we'll use shortly because we need to now upgrade to wireless power. So a lot of our wires, thankfully, will disappear. And our rooms will be a lot neater. Only the power cables though. These RS cables will unfortunately still be a bit messy, but I mean we can deal with that. We can deal with that. It's not too much of an issue. This one here is not currently working at the minute. Don't have anything going into it because I've been waiting for this lot to finish. So these are sag mills. This sag mill here will be automatically creating coal powder whenever we require it. That will literally, you know, I will tell the refined storage system I need coal powder. Actually, let's do it. So coal. Okay, so we got 300. Let's take all those out. So say we want a stack. Click start. Cool. And we come over here. See, that is automatically now doing that for us. Nice. So then, as I said, that will automatically import it back into our refined storage system. This one is exporting the chunks. So everything that we sieve upstairs automatically gets crafted into chunks. If I can get up there. No, up again. So everything is automatically being crafted into chunks. Oh, and that's not working. Why is that not working? We're missing a cable. Okay, no problem. So, reason we're missing a cable is because when I was sorting it out downstairs, I vein mined the cables and I removed the cables from the entire base. Not the smartest thing I've ever done, I must say. So hopefully that is all going to import now. Yeah, so that's all going back into the system. So that's cool. So that's automatically getting crafted. All that stuff's going in there. So this is where we get our chunks. So everything from here that we're sieving is being turned into chunks. It then comes downstairs. Gets ground up. There we go. So all of those types of materials all comes in here, gets ground up in the sag mill, and then enters our refined storage system. So this will come under grit. So these are all the items that we've managed to grind up so far. Eventually, so that's what the other alloy smelters for. So this will be to process all of that and turn them into ingots. I think that's kind of that for the moment. We do need to have a look at our farming situation. Now, a great item here is the farming station by Ender.io. And I think it's Ender.io. Yeah, Ender.io. It will literally just do everything for you. It will plant seeds, it will harvest the crops, it will, it will store them internally, and then you can pull them out, and it's great. It's absolutely great. So, automated farming. Now, unfortunately, we need a Z-Logic controller. To get that, you need to make a slice and splice. To get that, you need heads, creepers, endermen, skeletons, whatever. You need some sort of head. So before we can even go down that path, we need to upgrade our mob farm downstairs. Now, this is why I've created this. This is the mob masher by Mob Grinding Utilities. That's a great piece of equipment. I can't remember how many we need. I think we need 14. So again, I've showed it how to craft every single one of those items. Click start, come over here, and then you can see exactly what it's doing. Done. It was that quick, which is awesome. We've also got the mob masher upgrades, and yeah, so we've got beheading and we've got looting. So this will help us massively in obtaining loot from the mob spawner downstairs. Something I will be doing as well, wrong one, we want this one, is changing the internal mob farm to dirt and using a drop of evil on it. And I don't remember what it's called. Is it Cursed Earth? Yes, Cursed Earth. Aggressively spawns mobs when in darkness. Only fire can stop its spread. So, Cursed Earth, it essentially we're going to get loads and loads of mobs spawning, which is what we want. That can then happen whilst we're not on the server, because currently at the minute mobs will only spawn whilst we're on the server. So we don't have many loot bags or anything like that. So if we do this, this will be on permanently. We will need to keep an eye on our storage, however, just to make sure we're not going to overload the system. So let's get a drop of evil. And so yeah, okay, right. Well, I am going to head down to the mob spawner now and start working on this, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, cool. So I've now finished the new mob grinder. It's very different. Essentially, yeah, a bit of dirt in here. I've separated this bit because I only want this bit as the Cursed Earth. Now we've got these mob mashers. They're great. I've leveled them up max as I can for looting and beheading. So we're going to get lots and lots of loot and lots of skulls and what have you. It's 3 blocks high. So we are going to get Enderman in here as well. Awesome. Yeah, so the only thing left to do is now turn it on and watch. A drop of evil on the dirt. Awesome sound. And then we will seal this up and turn on the fans. Now I like this this glass. It's right, it blocks all light. It's great. If you break it, you can pick it up. Look at that. See, mobs spawn automatically, even when we're standing close by. As we're going to be up there, we'll have mobs spawning on the normal dirt as well. So yeah, so that's... Oh, let's get up. So that's that. Oh, can't spell. Skull. So we've got 28 skulls already. And there we go. We're collecting the heads. I've also... Nice. Also rehooked up the XP thing here. I emptied it prior to this, so yeah, you can see it's clearly working. Actually, I want to give that another go. We'll test it for a minute. So that is that. The slice and splice. Now we actually have some heads. So cool. So we need shears and an iron axe. There's shears. The axe. One slice and splice. We'll get this upgraded as well whilst we're here. I like this automation. It's absolutely great. You haven't got to think. You just click. It's absolutely brilliant. So let's find a little home for this. Where do we want it? Now, I'm not really going to automate this, but we will need some power. Let's put it there. One thing I've got to be careful of now I'm doing a lot more stuff. Power levels. See, we're using 4,000. Oh my goodness, we're actually using quite a bit more than what we're generating. So yeah, I'm gonna have to stop some stuff here, but this will need to be upgraded, and I think our next upgrade will potentially be solar panels on the roof. I mean, we've got enough in here. I don't think we're going to use all of that over night time, so I'm not too worried about actually running out at the minute. I mean, look, there we go. So we're importing. We're in positive now, which is good. Back down here. So the slice and spice. Where is it? There it is. So that's cool. So what were we making? We were making the farming station, weren't we? Okay, so this one here. It should be relatively easy, to be fair. Right, so okay. If I can spell shears, we go with diamond shears on this because I don't want them breaking anytime soon. And no, it was just normal. Is it a normal axe? It was a normal axe, wasn't it? Z logic. Yeah, okay. Solarium, a head, silicon, and redstone. Solarium. H. I can't spell. Head. Silicone and redstone. Right. Let's go make this then, shall we? Z. Oh, it's got to be a zombie head. Oh, okay, interesting. We can put those back. Okay. Nice. I may as well. Oh, you can't stack it. That's frustrating. So will that actually give us... Oh, that is actually stacking up, it just didn't look like it was. Alright, okay, so we'll create a few of these. And let's start our farming station. Where is it? So, farming station... Z-Logic controllers. I've done the automation on this as well. Nice. One farming station. Now this is kind of cool. So that is the actual range of the farming station, which is awesome. Obviously, if you upgrade it, that range extends dramatically. I think that's what, 13 by 13 or something like that, I think. But we're not really going to need those upgrades. Now, if we just drop this, it's going to kill Wormy. And we're losing our stuff, that's fine. So I need another block to put in there. Okay, so the cobble can go. Come on. Let me put the cobble in. We'll do it from underneath then. We can have. We'll do it like that, it'll be easier. That can go there. We'll take that out actually. We can see the range. That pretty much covers it. I think we can do the other upgrades, which is slightly less. The double layer. So I don't want. There's no point upgrading it to the point where it's going to cost us loads of energy. So, yeah, there you go. That will cover that area there for us. We won't have to worry too much. Let's turn that off. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm going to do with the middle bit as well. Okay. Not a problem. So we'll put our seeds back in here. Not quite sure what that does. I think it just locks them. That's the only type of seeds that can go in there, kind of thing. We're also going to need to make life a bit easier. Let's make the wireless power. This is something that we will need. So if we I think, how do we, it's the flux. So obviously we got two different types of flux stuff on here. So we got the flux plug and the flux point. Flux plug. I think I'm saying it right. Obviously this one here, this sends energy. That will sit on the battery bank upstairs. And then we will send it out to wherever we need it. The flux point, this is what we attach to items, so they can receive power. Right, okay, so because I've already sort of created the automation side of it all, let's go ahead. So we need one flux plug. Thank you. So there you go, so that's creating the stuff. Let's go down, this one, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, is it done already? It's done already. Okay, we need the flux points. We're gonna need a few of those, so we'll do 10. See, look, it's great. I do like this automation. And that's pretty much it. You can go and configure the wireless network. I will do this at some point because it will come in handy much later on, when we start going into Draconic Evolution. But for now, let's grab that. Let's go to our power bank up here. And where should we put this? We'll just put that there on the side. So we want to create a network. Obviously there aren't any there. So we create a network here. David Miller's network, I'm happy with that. And create. Awesome, so that is now my wireless power network. Now whatever we attach the flux points to will now receive power. So if we attach it there, select our network, this automatically gets power, that automatically starts working. Okay, so it's future David here. I was looking at my farm and I was struggling, but I came up with a solution. So fertilized dirt, I remembered this is why I wanted all the chicken poop. So with the chicken poop, you mix it with some dirt, it creates fertilized dirt. Doesn't need a water source at all, which is kind of awesome. I've already set it up over there, but I'm going to walk through the process with you and show you exactly how it's all set up. So that's your fertilized dirt. You're gonna need a block there just to sit that on. We can remove it in a minute. So obviously this is the farming station. We're gonna need the capacitor on this one, aren't we? Which I haven't made. No, that's that one. We want double layer. There we go, double layer capacitor. So that will get us our area that we want. I made a mattock in the using the Tinker's Construct stuff, and I've made it unbreakable, which is kind of awesome. I'm going to fill this thing full of seeds. We're going to lock them, and then we are going to get a ender chest, place it on top. Obviously that one, they're all linked, which is kind of cool. So that one is placed on top of that as well. I will set it up back in there so it imports into the system. We are now going to go underneath and give it some power. So we're going to break this cobblestone. Select our network. Which then, there we go. Let me get up there, you can see. This will automatically plant and harvest any crops, which is kind of awesome. And the good thing is as well, because we're using the mattock, it's never going to break. So we don't need to worry about what's actually going on in here. So now we can essentially ignore that. And that is that. The farming, what's it called? The fertilized dirt. Now, as I said, this doesn't need a water source for your crops. It will grow on it, not a problem. It will also have the same sort of effect as what the worms did on the regular dirt. So there is a bone meal effect as well. Plus, it also helps. We have these growth accelerators underneath. So everything, as you can see, is growing extremely quickly. Cool. Right. Thank you for watching. Bye.